Hey guys, it's Big Outside MTB again. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to get rid of that nasty creak in your coil spring on your coilover mountain bike shock. Before I tell you guys the secret on how to get rid of that nasty creak on your coil spring, we're going to want to check three things before we get started. So with most modern mountain bikes that are carbon, they are big and they are bulky, just like this one, and they can really echo a lot of areas in the bike that have creaking problems. So what we're going to want to do is check to make sure it's not those before we get into the coil spring. If you jump the gun too fast, it'll add confusion and frustration because you just can't figure out what part of the bike is creaking. So what we're going to do is eliminate some of the culprits that could be causing your creak on your mountain bike. So what we're going to start with is the seat. The seat tends to be a big problem when it comes to creaking. So to see if the seat is the problem, it's quite easy. What you're going to do is take your mountain bike outside and you're just going to bounce around on the mountain bike. If it does not creak, then congratulations, it's the seat that's creaking. And if it's still creaking, then we move on to step number 2, which is the bottom bracket. The bottom bracket will eventually develop creaking after using it for a while. So to test this, it's going to be a little bit more tricky. What we're going to do is we're going to take our two hands, put them on the top tube of the mountain bike, and compress firmly. Compress firmly to ensure that that's not the problem. Again, if there is no creaking, then congratulations, that is the problem. And if it's still creaking, we're going to move on to step number 3, which is preload. Preload is extremely crucial that you get it right. What I would do is check your manufacturer's recommended setting for the preload adjuster. If you can't find the recommended, what most people would say is twist it until it has no more play in the coil spring. And if it's still creaking after getting the preload set properly, we'll move on to the secret of how to get that creak out of your coil spring. All you're gonna have to do is pull the shock off the bike, pull the spring off, flip it 180 degrees, set preload properly, and then reinstall it on the bike. The reason that this solves the problem is because not all coil springs are made equal. Sometimes the ends of the spring can be deformed, which can cause binding between the clevis of the shock and the coil spring. And sadly, if that does not solve the problem, I would recommend going and buying a new spring or contacting the manufacturer to get it warranted. So there you guys have it. I really hope that helped you guys out. I really struggled to figure this problem out. There's really not that much information online about this. So if you guys did find this video helpful, please smash that like button down below so it's shown to more people that are maybe having this problem with their coil spring. And remember guys, full send or no send,